Hello, Fabulous Sagittarius. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of March 2017, looking at life and love. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. Super excited to be back on YouTube with the monthly horoscopes. Thank you so much for sticking with me, and it's a great month to be back. And that is because of Venus retrograde season. We are fully in Venus retrograde season's full swing. And as we enter the month, Venus is slowing down to a standstill, and early in this month will go retro. Not only that, but in the same area of the sky where she goes retro, by the time we get to the end of the month, there will be a new moon with Venus hand in hand in this same part of the sky. Now, whenever Venus goes retro, all of us in at least one area of life get to ask ourselves, do I love it or him or this situation? All of us in one area of life get to be honest with ourselves about what our heart really wants. And for you, the emphasis is on heart. Yes, you are one of the signs who is most going to experience this energy in the realm of matters of heart and matters of love. Now, there are a few different ways to understand matters of heart. Remember, Venus is going to go retro. So retro means reflection, reconsideration. It means getting a chance to even do things over again or to have another perspective. And for you, it's about reflecting more deeply on what the heart wants and what the heart desires to express at that. And as we get to the end of the month, there's a real sense of a fresh start and a fresh beginning, allowing you to live that truth that you are right now in the process of uncovering. So let's first talk about some other non-love ways that this energy can manifest. So one has to do with creativity and creations. And I think about creativity having to do with people who use their creativity to their advantage, artists of any kind, and I mean any kind. If you are bringing a sense of creativity and heart-based creations to what you do, this energy works that much better to your advantage. If you are an artist of any kind, this can be a very important time of sort of refining and figuring out your style or your unique voice through your unique medium or whatever medium you use. It's also about refining, maybe even doing a little bit of experimentation to figure out that right niche or that right medium or that right avenue for you where it looks most likely to not only give you a sense of personal reward, but also success as well, sort of outwardly success as well. There tends to be a certain balance that occurs during a retrograde. One is, what is it that's going to allow you to feel fulfilled and allow you to feel like you are living your truth, especially with this, your creative truth? And what is it that a higher vision for your life is revealing to you, is telling you to go? Where is it telling you to go? What are you passionate about? And where is it that that passion can be used to your advantage and channeled in a way that's going to work to your advantage in many different areas of life? So this tends to be part of the consideration when Venus is retro in this part of the sky. One thing is for sure, if you are using your creativity of any kind, again, of any kind, professionally, this can be a time where you really do discover some depths of understanding within you. What you choose to do with it in the fullness of time, or even like on the other side of the retro, a few weeks down the road, what you choose to do with it can be a different thing, but it is absolutely worth sort of diving into and understanding more deeply that creative, expressive desire that you may have. This part of the sky also has to do with children and fertility. Lots of fertility energy can be very high when Venus is in this part of the sky. I would say just do be mindful. I do think Venus retrograde here, maybe the fertility related advice you get might not be the absolute best. However, there is a lot of value here and something to be said for understanding the connection between enjoyment and pleasure and relaxing really and trusting and fertility issues. So if you want to have a child, really your best bet right now, I wouldn't advise like expensive treatments of any kind, but I would say not a bad idea to just kind of turn it over and say, okay, we're not dealing with this anymore. We're not going to go through schedules and stuff, at least not right now, and then see where things are a few weeks down the road. That could be like actually a more successful strategy than trying to be too regimented about these things, because I know how it is. I've known people who wanted to have children who go through that process. So yeah, right now the best strategy is to step back a little bit and reconnect to your partner on a heart level, instead of having it be about, you know, schedules and regimens and different things so that you can hopefully have a child. Relax a little bit, best strategy yet, especially this month. Also, if you are somebody who is not trying to have a child, just know the fertility energy is there. And there's also like an energy of the fertility then lending itself to reflection and contemplation and, you know, second guessing and considering different scenarios. So just know that, like, the chance of your fertility kind of working particularly strongly all by itself is possible. So you can manifest this energy in other ways. If you have children already, this is where, I mean, just the joy and the love can be affirmed that much more. I actually think Venus retrograde in this part of the sky can help reawaken your love and joy for the children in your life, whether they're your own or children that you have a strong connection to already. Absolutely make sure you get in there and be a big kid with them. Like, you can have a whole lot of fun. And this really is the time when you nurture certain memories and certain connections that could truly last a lifetime as a result of what takes place right now. Fun is key with this. Now, also this month, we are going to have, in the middle of the month, a full moon take place. Now, this full moon is happening at the very top of your sky. This is very significant for you, especially in the realm of your career and what it is that you're trying to achieve, your relationship with your bosses, interview situations. It also has to do with your understanding of life purpose. And so balance these two, right? Because nothing exists sort of in the vacuum by itself. Everything kind of contributes to the other and works in perfection. We've got all this heart-oriented energy throughout the month. And then we've got this energy saying, okay, what are you going to do with it in a bigger sense? What do you really want to be known for? Not only now in a larger sense, but also the legacy that you are creating in these moments. What do you desire to achieve? What do you understand is your life purpose? These questions are going to come very much into focus. Now, for some of you, this energy is going to be, you know, worked out more practically, meaning that it could be that you get an interview or a promotion opportunity. It could be some key interaction with a boss that really stands out. Or it could be your desire to actually have new work in some way that has you going out there and willing to meet higher ups to help your cause, or to just help you have work, and particularly work that is fulfilling to you, that you feel is really going to help you in the higher trajectory of your life. So there's desire factor. Now, here's the thing though, we've got Saturn speaking to this full moon. We've also got, which I really do love, is we've got Pluto speaking in harmony with this full moon. And that Pluto is in a financial part of your sky. So this could be a very good financial opportunity for you. However, Saturn is in your sign speaking with this full moon. So it looks like there may be some sacrifice to consider, some less than ideal circumstances. It looks like in some way you've got to ask yourself some really tough questions as to, is this opportunity truly worth it? I heard somebody recently use the phrase golden handcuff, right? Like, it is a responsibility and ultimately it brings in a regular paycheck and it ends up being good in the larger trajectory, but it can be kind of a drag. So that was their way of describing it, a golden handcuff. It's up to you to decide if that's what this is for you or not. Maybe it's not. I also think that there's a lot to be said for considering what's worth doing for money and what isn't. It is very possible with energy like this that more than one opportunity comes up. One might be more aligned with heart and passion and your own creative vision and voice than the other. So what are you going to choose, right? What is the sacrifice? Is the sacrifice your time away from what you really love, or is the sacrifice sacrificing the income part of it so that you can focus more on what you do love, knowing that at least in the interim, at least in the short term, you might feel a little bit like you're just getting by. That is possible with this. But ultimately, this is an understanding that needs to happen, that you're ready for, and is going to help you to connect with matters of heart and your priorities in matters of heart that much more. Where it comes to matters of love, having all this Venus retrograde action in such a flirty part of your sky is really good for dating. It's really good for meeting new people, for getting other perspectives on what it might be like to be out there, to be connecting with new people, learning about yourself in that context. And it could just be fun. Like, this is a part of the sky that has to do with living it up. And in the process of living it up, you may very well connect with somebody and make a strong heart connection. Now, keep in mind what you think you're getting and what it actually is might be very different, okay? Just be aware of that. I mean, I've heard of all kinds of different stories that can happen with this. However, a lot of stories I've heard is on the other side of the Venus retro, it's actually good. And lots of long-term relationships do manifest even with a Venus retro. But having said that, a lot of really short, intense relationships manifest with a Venus retro season, which very well could be the case with this energy. Also, if you are just getting to know somebody, if you're just dating someone, this is where it could really get intense very quickly as well. Remember, it all may not be what it seems right away. I would also say if you break up with somebody with Venus retro in this part of the sky, chances are you will not stay broken up. Chances are there's another interpretation, another way of looking at things that will allow, at the very least, another chance or another try or another chapter in the story of you and this person. If you are in an established bond, I think that the chance of a breakup is very slim. I think a much more likely scenario is that you are going to be feeling very much in love. You'll be feeling like a kid again. You'll feel very passionate as well. I do think that those in an established bond, if you never thought you wanted kids or more kids, this is where you start seeing things differently. If you can, wait till Venus goes direct, because at least then you'll make choices with a clearer head. That's the thing when Venus is retro in this part of the sign. The passion is so high, clear-headedness, not always, that easy to access, but it is a lot of fun. It is a whole lot of fun to have Venus retro in this part of the sky. It's easy to overdo it in matters of fun and in matters of heart, but why not? A little overdoing it with a little bit of consciousness really can be a very nice mix indeed. To remind you that you're alive, you're engaged in life, and you're excited about what's to come. Thank you so much for watching. I'm truly so grateful for it. I'm happy to be back on YouTube. If you would like a video just like this every single week, an expanded look at your sky every single week, log on to astrofabulous.com and join my community of superstars. Become an Astrofabulous superstar and have access to amazing forums, to extended videos, instant access to expanded horoscopes right now at astrofabulous.com or nadiyashah.com. Truly grateful for this moment with you. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.